I'm Yoshi Lomax, superstar attorney at law and fugitive.
So, you're the famous Yoshi Lomax.
Probably more infamous. I'm on the run from the federal government for crimes that I didn't commit.
Gentlemen, I'm Deputy U.S. Marshal Sharon Starr. I'll be taking things from here.
Not to mention being on the hit list of at least 3 of Miami's major crime bosses.
I wanted to apologize in person for leaving so abruptly last night.
Welcome back.
That's Vladimir Kuzetsov, a Russian crime boss. He's been a suspect in over a dozen missing person cases.
I mean, I didn't get here to be this successful for doing things the American way.
I need a list of the jury for my case with Hanshu.
Oh, really? What's that worth to you? Oh, my God, you're such a...
Mr. Santana is to be released upon processing.
So what do you know about Sheldon Chisholm?
What do you want to know about him?
I really need to know if you're going to take my case. I don't have time to play, Miss Lomax.
Money is not a problem. You know anything about his case?
It's being handled by agents in my field office.
I've learned that in this game of life, in order to win,
Ready to dance?
you gotta play dirty. You might look at me and see a beautiful, confident, successful woman.
Congratulations, counselor. Yet another win.
But underneath, I'm flawed. I'm broken. And I'm scared. So I have no choice but to run until I can find a way to clear my name.
Miss Lomax is now considered a fugitive of the United States. Catching fugitives is my business, which makes her my suspect. You and your associates are relieved.
Look. She killed one of our own.
But I will not give up.
All right, people, listen up. Get a picture of Miss Lomax out there so the public knows what she looks like.
I will not give in.
Okay. People, we got a game plan. Let's break and execute.
I will not get caught.
Time to go hunt.
Real talk.
Hey, I'm Gina Lou, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's up? It's Logan Browning, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Real talk.
Hi, this is Alana De La Garza, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, I'm Diane Franklin from Better Off Dead and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. You're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, this is Monique Dupree, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director on Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, I'm Stormy Maya, and you are listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
This is Vicky Judy. Orange is the new black, and I'm here with Real Talk.
Yo, what up? This is Jay Ellis, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio. Keep it locked.
Hi, I'm Rita Parks, and you're listening to Real Talk Radio with the Director. Hey, I'm Issa Rae, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
And nothing less. What's going on? Welcome to another edition of Real Talk with the Director and the Jedi Council. I'm the Director. Be with you for the next 120 minutes or so, and Real Talk is brought to you each and every Monday. B2S Media. We broadcast live via the World Wide Web on the IE Network, youtube.com/IE Network TV, Twitter via Periscope, and the social network itself, Facebook. We're back on Facebook after being put in time out for like a month or something like that. We couldn't post or go live on Facebook because I posted something in 2020 that all of a sudden became against their their community guidelines. So there you have it. So for that reason, Facebook put us in a timeout. But now we're back. So welcome, my people from Facebook who are watching, joining. Cool show lined up. You know, we're going to talk about the things that's going on in the film and movie industry. That being, right now, you got the Disney thing going on. You got big news is speaking of Disney, Marvel, the trailer for Spiderman No Way Home has leaked. And yeah, so here's the deal. It leaked by, I don't know who did it, but whoever did it, whoever really did it, I feel sorry for them. Like on, what was that movie? Menace to Society. I feel sorry for your mother. I feel sorry for them. Somebody is getting not just fired. Someone's getting tarred and feathered. Someone is getting a hit put out on them. We'll see how this works out. But it has leaked, and it is an authentic trailer. I did see some of it, and it's authentic. It's pretty authentic. You know, we'll go through that a little bit. We can't really break it down because we don't know. Chances are now that it's leaked, all of that won't be in the trailer. You know, or they may change some things. They may do a few changes and then release it. Now that this might force them to release it. I mean, they you know, we're going to release it, but this may force them to release it earlier than they originally wanted to release it. So we'll see. We shall see. Also, there's some films coming out. There's a lot of horror films coming out this week. One major film coming out this week, Candyman. I think it's this week or is it next week? Candyman comes out. Interesting thing. I'm going to pose this to the Jedi Council. So I read somewhere that the trailer for Candyman, the latest trailer for Candyman, only opens when you say his name 5 times. You watching that? I don't know. I don't know if I'm still thinking about it. I don't know if I am going to watch that. If that's what I got to do to get the trailer to play, I don't know. I think I'll just wait. Yeah, so Candyman is going to be coming out, but that's just where I read. I don't know if it's on the website or whatever the case may be, but allegedly you have to say his name 5 times in order to be able to see the trailer. So I don't know. We'll see how that works out. Good. Tell me how it is, because I'm not doing that. So call me whatever you want to call me. I ain't doing it. Also, lined up today, like I said, we talk. You know, there's more news is coming down on the Scarlett Johansson Disney lawsuit that we want to bring to light a little bit more, elaborate on it. Yeah, these are the things that we're going to be talking about today. More stuff to come, and what else? Whatever else, movie news that's going on. Like we said, we got the Spider-Man leak. The Disney is they're requesting to go into arbitration, and that's what it looks like it's heading. I was just reading an article about the camp of Scarlett Johansson has not answered yet about arbitration. So they're just assuming that that's where it's going next. But there's a lot of extra news that I was kind of came across and was reading. So let's see. We'll bring that to the light as well, and go from there, man, and see what else is going on in the movie world. There's a lot of things. Rest in peace to Sonny Chiba. Definitely. I don't think we got a chance. I don't know if he passed since the last show, but we didn't get a chance to say that. Sonny Chiba, of course. Martial arts legend and all of that. Yeah, man. They're all going. It's crazy. So you're watching. Thank you. We can shout out to everybody in the chat room. Shout out to everyone who's checking out the show right now, watching on Facebook, watching on YouTube, watching on Twitter. We appreciate you. And shout out to you if you're watching this after the fact. You may be archiving it. Don't forget to share it with your friends. And please, please, please subscribe to the channel. We thank you again for listening and watching Real Talk with the Jedi Council and the Director. I'm the Director, in case you didn't know that. Brought my Jedi Council with me. You don't believe me, but here they are. Kev, Ralph, y'all's in the building. Welcome back.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, man. Really, to be honest with you, let's talk about Spider-Man leak, the trailer leak. Let's start with that. So, like I said, trailer has leaked. No Way Home. Obviously,
and it's a previs trailer too. If that be clear,
right? Well, I mean, the trailer wasn't really. It didn't look to be done. It wasn't really done, but the basics of the trailer is still basically out there. So they'll have to do one or two things. Recut it, which is possible. They can release it whenever they want, so they can recut it a little bit. I don't think it's going to be what was just put out there. Now, make no mistake, what was put out there was an authentic trailer. It just wasn't a finished trailer. It wasn't finished. There was definitely scenes from from the trailer, from the movie. You saw Peter Parker interacting with Doctor Strange, and basically Doctor Strange introducing him to the multiverse. Some things that Doctor Strange was doing, and blah blah blah. I guess he was using the time stone or something like that, and somehow, and I'm not sure how what he was doing, couldn't really see it too well, and it kind of jarred him into the multiverse or whatever. So, you see that. You see some other things going on. It's definitely, like I said, it's definitely an authentic trailer. Whether or not it was obviously in this early stages, and it was obviously in the early stages, and things that are I think some CG looked like it wasn't really done. Like it had some stuff going on in there where it was like some web slinging. Didn't really look done. So, but it was out there. It's kind of like when the Hulk trailer, didn't the Hulk thing? I remember one of the Hulk movies. It might have been Ang
it was
Lee's
the same
Hulk.
thing.
Yeah, it might have been Ang Lee's Hulk movie, I think. That way they had like the CG wasn't really done, but it was, the basis of the trailer was out there. So cool.
And the same thing happened with Justice League as well when they did when they were doing the test screenings. with
Right.
the unfinished footage. And there were people that was like, oh, that's why everybody was like, oh, Steppenwolf is going to be in it, and da da da, and that's why there was a difference right away, that there was a different cut of the movie, because people were even saying that that Darkseid was in that, like,
yeah. That was when they did the test screening.
Darkseid.
Exactly. That was the test screening of Justice League was actually Zack Snyder's Justice League. That was the test screening. So that's why they saw, the people that did see that test screening saw the they saw Darkseid.
A previs version of Darkseid, or a placeholder for where Darkseid was going to be.
Yeah,
and Steppenwolf.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of Steppenwolf, they had Darkseid there. So this is kind of like this. So now what I think Marvel's going to do. See, the whole thing is this. This is
Sony, you mean?
Sony, excuse me. Yes, Sony. This is the whole thing with this, man. Leaking a trailer isn't going to really do any good, because, well, the only good that it can do, so to speak, good, is if they decide to say, well, we might as well put it out. But it also could work in the reverse. It could take longer to come out now, because they may want to go back and recut the trailer. Since
I think they should have stayed on. I think they should have just stayed on track with no trailer. They were doing so good. The movie comes out in December. I mean, listen, just be patient.
They wasn't gonna do that. They wasn't gonna do that, because
it would have been a last minute trailer. We would have got the trailer around Eternals.
They had already confirmed that they were going to have a trailer. It just wasn't. They didn't know.
It's just a point of when, right?
Today.
In order to put, they weren't. Huh?
Today.
Yeah.
They premiered it today at CinemaCon.
Oh, that's right.
They,
Yeah,
at
they did.
CinemaCon,
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Well, that's how it leaked.
But I don't think the one at CinemaCon. The one
was the finished one.
Yeah.
The one that leaked was somebody who was on the inside, who's probably on the run right now.
No, I think somebody betrayed their source. Their source probably shared it with them, and instead of respecting the relationship they had with their source, they leaked it. Or let's keep it a buck. Or it could just be that Sony probably was just like, or somebody was like, "Fuck you, Avi Arad," excuse my language, and we're going to screw it up because you always screwing up, so we're going to do it first.
Yeah, I think
so. I wouldn't
either way,
it would.
We'll see how that works, but yeah, we'll see how they premiered it at the CinemaCon, and we'll see how it goes and how long is it going to take before they put it. And that was the thing. That was one thing that I read that someone was talking about. They was like, well, they're going to be premiering the trailer at a CinemaCon or whatever, exclusively for whoever's in the room. But they got to know, unless they take in everybody's phones, which they don't, they got to know that is a very good possibility that someone's going to leak footage from the trailer. Which I don't know why they don't take their phones. If it's being,
they probably did.
They probably did this time, because even this year at CinemaCon, nobody from Marvel was there. Marvel was like, "Fuck y'all, well, screw y'all. We're not sending nobody. Y'all can have that. Go ahead and go down there and be a super spreader. Be a part of the super spreader event if you want to. We're not coming out." So I wouldn't be surprised if Sony only had a limited amount of staffers there. And they probably then, with the limited amount of staffers, they, like Ralph said, they probably did, and they probably limited it who was coming in to actually watch the screen, watch that trailer, so that way you can control, what's going on in the room. Cell phones in the bag, please. You can retrieve them after you leave.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Hopefully, nothing else pops up. But now we have to decide. And if that's the finished trailer, this is what I want to know. if they've already put out the finished trailer, oh yeah, that's what's up. Super chat sent over to Ralph Terry. That's what's up. In you know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Wow,
Thank you
someone
very
sent me
much.
$5. Thank you. I don't really know what to say.
Drake, we appreciate that. That's real dope. I'll make sure he gets it.
Because I'm the guy with the most. That's why.
Oh boy.
That's what's up.
$5. Now he did, tuck $5 in his belt. Now he's on top of the world.
And everyone's in there saying, "Face reveal, Kev. Face reveal, Kev. Face reveal."
You will be looking at Lotor until my funeral.
Lotor.
Wow.
Which ain't too far away.
Lotor.
Wow. I don't even know what to say, man.
Lotor. I'm sorry, and I said Lotor. I meant Zoltar.
Zoltar, yeah, Zoltar. So I'm thinking, I'm hoping they release it in the next. I mean, ideally, if this leak wouldn't have happened, you would think that within the next 72 hours you'd get the trailer after they premiere it at a Comic-Con.
I say make these people wait. Make them wait.
I say wait till Friday. If I was Sony, I wouldn't put this on the net until Friday, until the movie. It's probably gonna come before Candyman. I put it in front of Candyman.
Oh, that's a good one, Ralph.
I put it on. I will put it on the net on Saturday. I wouldn't put it on the net now. I'm sick of this. I want to see the trailer. I want to see the trailer. The excitement seeing the trailer on the big screen. I want to see this for the first time on the computer. I want it on the big screen with the sound and the thumping and everybody going, oh shit. The net has ruined that. Give me the old fashioned. Yo, Kevin Feige, Saturday. Put it up on Saturday.
Well, yeah, it would be Saturday probably if they release it with Candyman or put it in front of Candyman. We'll see.
I say screw them.
Or maybe even hold on
to
it. What I was thinking was hold on to it until Shang-Chi. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Shang-Chi is next weekend, so
I know, but it's late. But it's Labor Day. I think Sony's deciding, but then see, I think you got the because it is a Marvel movie, but it's still a Sony. So Sony might say, well, we want it in front of our movie, and Marvel say, well, we want it in front of our movie. So just put it in front of
both.
Yeah. Oh, they probably are. It probably is. Yeah. But I would say by this Friday it's going to be attached to Candyman, and then by Saturday it'll be on the net, or by Friday because Candyman start playing Thursday. By Friday it'll be on the net. Yeah. We'll see. And I'm sure you saw the other piece with Tobey Maguire. Supposedly Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield is in it, and
the trailer that leaked did not have Andrew Garfield.
That's the rumor that the two of them are in this thing. And
in the actual trailer I heard, yeah.
And supposedly William Dafoe is back in this as Green Goblin. What's his name? Cumberbatch is back in as Doctor Strange. I'm like, wow, this is like.
Well, that's for sure. Doctor Strange. There's a whole beginning of the trailer where Doctor Strange is talking to Peter Parker, and Peter Parker actually comes to him for help because of
because he gives him sanctuary. He gives him sanctuary. Doctor Strange gives him sanctuary.
Gives him sanctuary. So he's like, hey, everybody knows who I am. Blah 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 blah. So then after that, I also think what's his name, Alfred Molina.
Yeah, he's in it.
He's in the trailer. Yeah, I thought I saw him in there. So
yeah, everybody's back. Jamie Foxx is back.
Jamie Foxx.
Dr. Octopus is back.
I don't know if they all gonna make the
Sandman
first trailer, but this may be the only trailer. I mean, because it's not like it's that far away. So this may be the only trailer other than like a quick little 30-second joint, that they might do right before.
And honestly, if you got all those people in it, then if that's the case, I don't want a trailer where you show all the surprises. Let me be surprised. Hell, if I'm watching, I see Christian Dunst show up, I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. Let me be surprised.
Yeah, even from the leak trailer, they didn't show many other people. All they showed was really like a lot of, action. You already knew Doctor Strange was going to be in it. Doctor Strange, and was, I think, the only so-called reveal based on the leak trailer. The only so-called reveal was, I think, Doc Ock. I think it was Doc Ock who kind of said like whatever he said, and then that's it. But so we'll see. See where they go with it, and see when they actually release it. It would make sense to me that they put it, but like you said, it is Sony film. Ultimately, it's a Marvel and a Sony collaboration, so Sony might want it in front of their film. Might want it in front of it or whatever, but we'll see. Should be cool. So, also, with that being said, well, that's going to be unfolding from there. Speaking of Candyman, like you said, so the Candyman, I was reading that the new Candyman trailer, I don't know if this is on the website or whatever, but supposedly to open it, you have to say his name 5 times.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
I was like, okay, yep, tell me how it is. So, yeah. Hard pass. And not because I don't want to see the movie, but I damn sure I don't want to see the movie that bad.
I'll wait till Friday.
So I'm like,
I'll wait till Friday. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they're like,
Friday.
hey, you say his name 5 times and you get the trailer opens.
And think about it, the original Candyman, man, you still owe me $20. I want my money. Where my money? I'm gonna pull a Steve on him. Where my money?
Who still owes you money?
The original Candyman, Tony Todd. He still owes me $20.
Oh man, do you think Tony? Did you hear? I never heard anything. Did you hear anything about? Is Tony Todd in this film at all? You think it'll be a surprise?
I heard his voice in the trailer, but I spoke to his sister, and his sister just pretty much said, "I am not allowed to talk about it." That's all she said. I was like, "Oh, that I cannot confirm nor deny if he is making an appearance."
Not saying that you're trying to find out, but do you think?
Yeah,
I think that something about this filmmaker tells me that she's going to respect the original. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really think he's going. I mean, once you heard his voice in the movie, I'm like, oh well, shit. Yeah, he is.
Well, you heard his voice in the trailer. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, now is he going to be like the analog voice in his head, or does he make like a force ghost appearance, something like that?
I think yeah. I'm saying I think he's definitely going to. I think he basically, from what I get, from the trailer, it looks like he basically possesses this dude. You know what I mean? Almost. Yahya Abdul Mateen. He basically gets I think he gets possessed by Candyman or something like that. I'm just guessing. That's what it looks like from the trailer. They might be trying to lead you somewhere else that it isn't, But he is listed on the IMDb.
He is listed in the credits, but like I said, I was told I could neither confirm nor deny.
Remember, he could be also listed, people, if there's archive footage of him, that he would still be on the IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
It could be archive footage of him and not actual footage that they shot. So we will see. Another super chat came in. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So let's see. Nia DaCosta, I don't know. She seemed pretty excited about this. I think she's going to like to, really give people a nice treat and have a Tony Todd appearance. That's what I think. You got to have that dude, You got to have him in there at least once.
And think about that. Now, I'm gonna say we're post Ghostbusters. Do you think that now, when someone goes and they remake a movie like a classic, do you think they're kind of like obliged to have someone from the original movie in it, like in the guest appearance?
I don't say obliged, but I think,
it's a good
from my
nod.
standpoint, to me, I think they should. I think it's always good because it's always a good callback to the people who originally experienced it. I don't think I don't. It's not a necessity. Obviously, you do what you want to do with your film, but it's always it's. I mean, it's like a not an unwritten rule, but kind of like an unwritten rule between
Like passing the torch kind of
filmmakers.
thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because filmmakers, just like that's why I was very disappointed. Like when I saw the Footloose remake, right, which wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all, really. It was decent,
Didn't even see
but
it.
no, it was decent.
No Kevin Bacon. Didn't even see it.
Right, no Kevin Bacon. That I was disappointed about that. There was plenty of opportunity to put Kevin Bacon in there. He could. Well, he should have played the cop that pulls him over when he's like, "Hey, watch that attitude, boy." Like that should have been, that should have been where Kevin Bacon was, but he wasn't in it. So that disappointed me alone because when I went to see it, I had no idea if he was going to make it supposed to be in it or not. And I watched it and I was like, man, no Kevin Bacon.
Oh, that's why I don't want to see it.
But I mean, overall, it was a decent film. But
Kevin Bacon is like the coolest. He's like the coolest white guy ever. So I'm sorry. If you don't have Kevin Bacon in it, there's a no pass.
That reminds me. As we get another super chat from Trey, he says Kevin wants Kevin to reveal their face or give back the money. They ain't gonna let the face go, Kev. So what was I saying? Oh, I was talking about when it takes me back to when we were talking to Diane Franklin. Throwback with Diane Franklin, which is on here on the IE network. If people want to check it out, check out our throwback interview with 80s babe Diane Franklin. And we did ask her in that interview, or we were talking about, because remember they were talking about doing a remake. Brett Ratner was talking about remaking The Last American Virgin. And then we was like, yeah, man, you gotta be in that.
Yeah, she got to be in there somewhere. even if it's just like a cameo, where like.
But then I don't know if you guys remember, but she suggested that she played a hooker.
There you go.
She was like, "Wouldn't that be funny?" She's like, "Cause it almost seems like this is what became of Karen." She's like older and a hooker.
And I didn't see the Bill and Ted movie. Is she in that last Bill and Ted movie?
No, she is not. See? She is not. Which I thought that would have been perfect. Like her and the other girl should have been like their wives or something. You know what I'm saying? And there you go. There you have it. And the wives only made quick appearances anyway, so that should have been a
no-brainer. Just have her show up.
Yeah, have her show up for it. And I think that but yeah, to answer your question, Ralph, I do. If I'm answering the question from my perspective, yes, I feel you are obliged to do something, some sort of callback. Doesn't mean, of course you do what you want to do, but this is my opinion. And in my opinion, you should do some sort of callback. Get someone from the cast to respect it. Speaking of which, Halloween Kills has a couple of people from, like they did a callback to the young girl who played the young lady who played Lindsay when she was a little girl. She's in the remake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not the remake, in the the sequel. She's in Halloween Kills. So
Then that's like a
dope.
month and a half away too.
Yep,
it's not far.
Not far. She is in the sequel. She's in the sequel, and she is. Who else did they bring in there? Trying to think who else. I think that's it. Well, Nick Castle, of course, is in there. He was in last movie though. He was in the last movie as Michael Myers.
He sucks. Yo, I heard because I got wrestling on. They just showed the trailer for that Chucky TV series. I heard that some of the people from the movie are going to be in this TV show.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
That's interesting.
Because
I wonder if they're gonna spin off. Wait. Some of the people that's in what movie is gonna be in
the Child's Play movies, right?
The original Child's Play movie?
Yeah, all of them. Well, the two people that played Brad Dourif is coming back as Chucky's voice, and Jennifer Tilly is doing Tiffany's voice. But what I heard is that some of the people that were in the Child Play movies, like I think the kid that played the original kid, I think he's coming into this TV series.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, is that? I haven't confirmed it. That's just what I heard. Is what I heard. I don't know how 100%, but it sounds like that he is coming. The kid that played Andy is coming into this. Is going to be on this TV show.
That's interesting. That should be interesting.
That's going to be cool.
That is going to be cool. So yeah, I was actually reaching out. The reason why I mentioned Kylie Richards, I was reaching out to her people to try to see if we can get her on the show. From Halloween Kills. She's the one who played Lindsay as a young girl. She was in a few movies though as a kid.
Oh yeah, isn't she the girl from Escape from Witch Mountain? Escape to Witch Mountain?
Escape to Witch Mountain?
Yeah, the original one with Eddie Albert.
Don't know. Let me see. Yeah, that's her. 1975. Yeah. Escape to Witch Mountain. She's in that. She was also in the film The Car. She was in that. She was in quite a few joints. Doing her thing. I mean, Kylie Richards, which I didn't even realize till I was looking her up. I didn't know that she's, what is she? She's Paris Hilton's aunt. Didn't realize that.
Wow.
Yeah. She's Paris Hilton's aunt. So we're reaching out to her people. I'm trying to reach out to some people from the film. I'm telling you, man, I'll take a craft services. I'll take a grip. Best boy. I'll take anybody.
Hey Kev, man, the room really want to see a facial reveal by you. It's up to like $50 now.
The room could really line up, and except for Joseph, and well,
yeah.
Since my mother said I ain't got nothing nice to say, so I'm just gonna stay quiet.
Is the deal? Yeah, show us your face. You won't see my face. White power.
Wow.
Show us your face. Show us your face. You won't see my face. They're like, no, don't do it. White power. Little Dave Chappelle throwback.
Wow.
And heads literally exploded. So, no, that's too funny. But so yeah, man. So they even did the callback, bringing her back. Now they brought back the character, but Anthony Michael Hall is playing Tommy Doyle. For whatever reason, they never reached out to the original actor who played Tommy Doyle. But they got her. She's playing Lindsay. And this is not the last time. They've done that before. Even Rob Zombie did it too. Rob Zombie, didn't he bring old girl who played the little girl from Part 4? Wasn't she in Rob Zombie's version?
She was in both of them. Yep.
She was in both of them. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. It's the right thing to do. You need to just make that little, little thing. You give that's the best when they play a role, and she came back and actually played a pretty major role because she played Annie. So she came back and played, I think she played Annie in that Rob Zombie version. So that's a pretty big role. I would have been happy to just gave her, something small. But this film also is doing a lot of from what I read, is doing a lot of callbacks. Even though it tells you to forget about all the other sequels, it's doing a lot of callbacks to all the other sequels too.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be fun to see that. So okay, and now next topic.
Curtis going full on Rambo now. She's going full on Rambo with Jason. She's like, okay. I mean Michael, not Jason. I saw the trailer. She's walking through the hospital with the gun in her hand. I was like, oh, she's going full on Rambo now. She's on the attack.
No doubt, for real. So, as we know, obviously, this ongoing case with the Disney thing. It's not ongoing. It just started, but it feels like it's been going on forever. But it's only been going on for a few weeks. But, and it may not even, because they have a hearing. They have a hearing date that I was reading set up for October 15th. At that hearing, they will be deciding. The hearing is to decide if they go to arbitration. That's what the hearing date is for. So that's set for October 15th. Let's see, where, and then it goes from there. I mean, more than likely that's where it's going anyway. But there's some other stuff that just kind of came up that I was reading. This is, let's see, yet another plot twist, so to speak. But not really, because at the end of the day, everybody knows this whole thing is, what is it about? It's about money. It always is.
Money.
That's what it's always about. On either side, whatever side you on, or whatever side you sympathize, empathize, whatever with, it all comes down to the money. Who made that record? Who used to do that record? It all comes down to the money. I remember that. So that's what it all comes down to. So in this article, Cinema Blend, where they talk about insiders and experts weigh in on the Scarlett Johansson lawsuit against Disney. And they talk about where, to be honest, okay, where is it already? Blah, blah, blah. So one of the agents, that they were talking to, or one of the lawyers, whoever their insiders are, that they were talking to, says, but basically, I'll read one of the quotes, but basically what they're saying is, hey, Bob Chapek is, he's doing what any, that move, the Disney Plus move, was strictly because, let's not forget, they rolled out the Disney Plus, and they do have to still please their shareholders. And there is no what's the word? No gain. Theatrical releases does nothing for shareholders, put it that way. Shareholders, stockholders, they gain nothing. It doesn't raise your stock. Theatrical releases, no matter how good it does in the theaters. So, but obviously the Disney Plus, they have, the stock. When Disney Plus does better, they get more subscribers and make money. The stock then goes up for Disney. So what they was bringing up was one of the
Bob Chapek.
Bob Chapek. So Bob, I'm gonna call him Chapek.
If you're gonna talk about the machine, get the name right. It's Chapek.
Bob, check it. Let's say
Chappy. He's Chappy.
Bob, write the Chapek. How about that?
Bob, write the Bob, write the paycheck. Bob, cut the check.
Cut the check. So
in the voice of Anthony Mackie, cut the check.
Cut the check. So he says, Walt Disney CEO Bob Chapek, whatever the hell his name is, did what was the right move for his shareholders, which is to drive people to Disney Plus, which he has successfully done, while also increasing the stock price. Notably, the numerous success of various Marvel theatrical films have done nothing to increase the Disney stock price. But
that's a lot.
But increase.
It's not a lie.
That's not a lie. It's a fact. But increased subscriptions to Disney Plus has. So then he goes on to say, so what's $50 million to Chapek?
Wait a minute, I got interesting. That guy with the assertion that what goes on the box office does not affect the stock price is ridiculous, and I'll tell you why. People seem to forget that back in the 80s and 90s, Disney didn't have any value whatsoever. And before anybody says, I'm saying no, they weren't like zero, but the Disney name nowhere had the reputation they had now. It took a lot of years for that to come back, and because at that point in time, Disney was only making the theatrical releases of cartoons. They weren't doing really live action movies. But once
they were under Touchstone.
Under Touchstone stuff. But all those things started driving up the price when the Disney bringing value to Disney name, right?
Yeah, but it's not just the theatricals though, Ralph. What's happened it's all the other stuff that's around it that's worth more. That ends up being whether it's the attractions at Disney, it's whether it's merchandise or whatever the case may be. I agree.
I do.
So what they're saying is,
I do not disagree with that.
Right.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Is comparison to Disney Plus is a direct revenue stream. That is where the stock is. When it comes to that, no one is caring about the theatrical releases as far as that goes. When it comes to buying stock in Disney, it doesn't help the stock.
Because movie money pretty much pays for
the time. And I watch the stock market all the time, and they're right. They're right. The stock didn't go up when Endgame came out and did $1 billion.
It doesn't go up, but it does give Disney over the long term the reason why it costs so much to buy a share of Disney. I mean, a share of Disney is not cheap. It ain't it is not. It's not. It ain't $6. But believe me,
but it was like that before Endgame came out.
But see, I'm not looking at just Endgame. I'm looking at way before. If you want to just sit there and say
the price of Disney, about now, but we ain't talking about before. We're talking about now. We ain't talking about before.
I get that. But my point is that the theatrical part is one of the main reasons why the Disney stock went shooting back up. It didn't just rise like you don't have a product, no product, right? And you have to have a product in order to drive the stock. Why do you think Apple stock used to be dirt cheap and now it's expensive as hell? Because they kept putting out a product that people wanted to have.
Right. But that's different. That's merchant. That's products that you can tangibly touch. Is what Apple puts out. Of course, their products are going to be, more expensive. It's going to be more consumer. It's a consumer product. A theatrical release. It's entertainment. You go and watch it. Okay,
right? But before the streaming plus, the theatrical release drove up the demand for the videos, which drove up the price of Disney. It used to be all connected. Now I agree. Now with the streaming, it is entirely different. So if that gentleman is saying as of right now the theatrical releases,
that's all he can talk about is right now. That's what he can talk about.
But the way I'm interpreting, like you're trying to sit there and say never. Like no.
He said notably numerous success of various Marvel theatrical films have done nothing to increase Disney's stock price. But increased subscriptions to Disney Plus has. He's comparing
which is the whole reason why they did Disney Plus in the first place. Because they wanted to be able to compete with Netflix on a larger scale and to still be able to rise up their stock market. This is the reason why it was. This is the reason why it was so important for Disney Plus to do the progress that it did and do the numbers that it did within the first year of Disney Plus starting.
Yeah.
That's the main. That was the main reason.
Sat down a lot of the stakeholders and stockholders when they did that private thing where they were showing them all of the pipeline stuff that's coming down the pipeline. What's going to be on Disney Plus?
This is the main.
I'm sorry, Kev. They're planning for the future. Now, you know what I'm saying?
And this is the reason. And this is the reason why. And this is the reason why you have more television content and more content going to that service, because it's to build up that service. This is why HBO Max failed because this is why HBO Max was failing in the beginning, because they had their DCEU content was on a whole separate streaming service, and that's why they ended up pulling them all together under one umbrella to make HBO Max more palatable for people to want, because you had Swamp Thing, you had Titans, you had all of that stuff. You had the Justice League and Superman and Batman and the Wonder Woman. All of them were on a totally different streaming service than HBO Max. So when HBO Max dropped, it was like, hey, bring it all over. This is the reason why we got the Snyder Cut. Why? To bring in more subscribers. More subscribers means you're driving up the stock price.
Driving up the stock. But now here, just to continue, it says, so it's cold analysis, though though Wall Street decisions always are based on numbers instead of emotion. If data proves that the success of the streaming service Disney Plus has a greater effect on the stock price of Disney shares than Marvel's latest movies. Bob, let me finish.
Hold on a second. I'm seeing something here online. It's saying that the Spider-Man trailer is dropping tonight at 9. It dropped tonight at 9:30. There's all these different reaction videos on YouTube about it. So I'm saying that it either came out at 9:30. I see something here that said 8:15.
Someone in the room said that too. Someone said Spider-Man trailer dropped. Isaac, thanks for the info, Isaac.
Yeah, I see it. No, that says 3 weeks ago.
Well, I'm just saying someone in the chat room just said it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he says here, if if the data proves that the success of the streaming service Disney Plus has a greater effect on the stock price of Disney shares than Marvel's latest movies, then yes, Bob Chapek is going to make decisions in favor of Disney Plus. He says 9 times out of 10, that's what's going to happen. As the agent tells the Wrap, it might cost him millions in a settlement with Scarlett Johansson, but he's managing a multi-billion-dollar company, so whatever. But that's pretty much what one of the people had to say about that. So no matter what, we've all had our opinions on this situation, and it's all going to just play out the way it plays out. But the bottom line is, it will, and it always has been about money. No matter which way, we all can agree on that. No matter which direction the money's going, it's all about money. So, with that being said, we'll see. We'll see how this whole unfolds. But like I said, I was reading where it said, so he was talking about where Elizabeth Olsen, who really is kind of in not a tough situation, but she can't publicly speak out against Disney. You know what I'm saying? She's showing support for Scarlett, but at the same time, she's doing the right thing, staying neutral. You know what I mean? You don't want to jeopardize your bag just because you're like, hey, so she was
Speak
really
out,
talking
sister.
more.
If they doing wrong, speak
But
out.
no. This is this is where you
can't
start
mess your
screwing
bag
up. Yeah, exactly.
You can't mess your bag up.
Sit your ass down and shut up and be quiet.
Yeah, be quiet. Just be quiet with it. But no, like I said,
I'm
she
trolling.
still
Speak out,
she
sister.
she
Speak
showed
out.
her. You sound trolling.
I'm trolling. Speak out, sister. Speak out. Speak
So,
your mind, sister.
Her only thing on it was, what did she say? She made one comment where she said, "I think
you got a TV series. You're in the next Spider-Man.
This is my thing. I agree with don't mess up your bag. I agree with that. Don't mess your bag up. But like I said, I think what she's been saying isn't going to jeopardize her bag. She just show her support, saying, "Hey, good for you. Do what you got to do."
Oh, if that's all she's saying, good.
She said, "I think she's tough." Literally, when I read it, I was like, "Good for you, Scarlett." And then they say here, Elizabeth Olsen seemed to be towing the delicate balance. Actors not to choose sides. Olsen is still working at Disney, of course, on different Marvel projects while trying to support Scarlett Johansson's efforts.
Mess around, and one of your sisters will have that costume on. You better shut up.
Yeah, no, not likely. It won't fit. It'll fall right off.
Disney be like, that's why we got seamstress on call. Fix it up.
And there's two of them. Two for the price of one. When one gets tired on set, throw the other one in.
Yeah.
Treat them like babies, like they was when they was babies. It's unfortunate place to be, but she is what did they say? Blah blah blah. She's kind of like playing Switzerland. They said.
Shouldn't be playing nothing.
Yeah,
you should be playing. You should be playing your mouth shut. You should be playing. You should be playing your lines back.
Now you say shut up and dribble, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Speak your truth, sister. Speak your truth.
Shut up and dribble.
Shut up and act.
Shut up and act.
Don't listen to them, sister. Speak your truth.
Speak
your truth.
Yeah, but anyhow,
let the chips fall where they fall.
Well, then hey, it is what it is. But they talk about what was they saying here? She just was talking about generally the interview was about really like the theaters, and she just said she's generally kind of afraid for the theaters, and things like that. But she did make a very interesting point where she says,
yes,
I do hope. She says, I do hope that there's some sort of solution that the larger companies are coming together to keep, at least in LA. This is going to happen. She said, but I do think it's going to be how it kind of used to be when the studios owned theaters. Interesting point. She said, and I have a feeling that we might go back to that, being that the only way to keep the theaters alive with such expensive real estate. But when it comes to actors and their earnings, I mean, it's just, it's just contract. It's either in it or it's not. So that was her last comment on the Scarlett thing. But she was talking about, that was an interesting point about, because remember back when, studios used to own theaters. That might be a way to keep the theaters alive if the theaters start to die. So I thought that was a very interesting point that she brought up. Very nice throwback. So yeah, it's going to be a good thing, man. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. I mean, I can't wait for it to be over, so it's people can just move forward with it, whatever the case may be. And that's that. But I did read, I was trying to find where I read where the October 15th date, which is supposedly the date that they're having a hearing. It's not arbitration. It's the preliminary hearing that decides ultimately when arbitration is, if they're doing arbitration at all, or whatever the case may be. That's October 15th. So they're, buckle down, people. But, we're in for a long thing. And once it does go to arbitration, it now becomes very much more private, which is obviously where Disney wants it. You know what I mean? They don't want this to be tried in the court of public opinion. They don't want this to be tried into the public, because what's going to happen is, right or wrong, good or bad, more than likely it's going to look bad for them. So they want to keep it private. They should want to keep it private.
They don't want
the smart thing to do.
They don't want that, and they don't want their business practices put into the court of law. No.
Wait. Fall back. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They didn't do nothing.
Bro. First of all, for them to do, you need to relax on that one. For them to have to do that, they have to. If for this to be put out in public, okay. First of all, them even getting ahead of it and releasing their streaming numbers is unprecedented. That's something that they don't do. All right, they released their streaming numbers, and they've been not notoriously, but notably not doing that, releasing their true streaming numbers. And we don't know if this is their true streaming numbers, but supposedly it is. I think they were just trying to get ahead of it before it comes out some other way. Because them releasing it, them saying it, as opposed to someone else finding out and saying it, looks better on them. Because if someone else comes out and say it, they're going to try to make it look bad. But reason why, of course, they're going to want this in private, because then Disney cares about their image.
Yeah.
They always did, and they always will. That's why they do. They make quick decisions, swift decisions when someone brings any sort of shame or whatever you want to call it, any sort of controversy to their name. If they're under their umbrella, they deal with them swiftly and quickly because they care about their image. They always will.
And they don't want the public. They do not want the public turn it against them. They don't want that.
Yeah, they don't want a public battle is not good. And once again, it affects your stock price. If stuff like that starts to get around and starts going crazy, and it becomes this ugly mudslinging thing in the public, that is going to affect the stock price. It's going to affect it. Bottom line. So, of course, they wouldn't want that stuff in the public. They wouldn't want to go into that. So
I wasn't saying the stuff. The line that was specifically said that's now being turned on was. They don't want their finances in the public.
They don't want that either. No, they don't want that.
They don't want that neither.
Why would you? Why would anybody want that? Because why would anybody want that? Because really, think about it. You got Scarlett Johansson, who is, she's an actress, but she's the little guy, and they're the big machine. Putting their finances out there just furthers the narrative. Oh, they got all this money. Why don't they just pay her?
Just pay her.
Because it's quite obvious they have all the money.
It's quite obvious, but it's not obvious till you actually see the numbers. Then you're whoa.
Wait, but Kev, let me tell you something. Paramount Pictures today, August 23rd, is still trying to tell Tom Hanks that Forrest Gump didn't make any money. They still telling him that.
Yup. But damn well if their numbers was put out in the public, or they was somehow audited and it was put out in the public,
somebody owe me a refund.
Tom Hanks would be like, Lord.
So you guys made $2 billion.
I don't even think the numbers that they said is the true numbers that they said for Disney Plus. But that's why they that's why they did something that they don't normally do. They offered it up to get out ahead of it. So there's no digging on that front to find out that they actually made $200 million or something like that doing it. So that's that. Of course.
Think about it. All they would have had, and this all could have been avoided once again if they would say, "Hey, Scar, listen, we need to talk about this. We need to change it around because it's not gonna pull the numbers we thought it was because of the pandemic." We could have did this nice and quiet, smooth and slick, but no, they had to be stupid. And now look what you get. Now you do wage the battle of public opinion, where Disney does look like they're picking on the little person. And you just don't want to pay her what she rightfully deserves. Not what she
Step on the bug. Step on the bug.
Right. And plus, so they go on to, these articles also go on to talk about, how now they're doing cleanup. Now they went in and they renegotiated with.
They ain't backpedaling.
No, bro, they did. I'm telling you.
This is backpedaling.
That is backpedaling. They're doing cleanup. They're cleaning it up.
God,
right now.
I wish they would just hurry and step on these bugs.
It's not happening.
This ain't a bug. This ain't a bug.
This ain't no bug. This is
not $60 million. $60 million. If it really is
okay, moving on.
This is a Black Widow. They better be careful. Try to think
about it like this.
She's still a bug.
They might get poisoned.
Think about it like this, right? I use sports. Think about it like this. Like when last year when everything was going on with Zach with signing with Dallas Cowboys, when he said this is what I want to get, and Jerry was like no, but then what happened? Zach got injured. The Cowboy season went downhill. Did Zach not get every single thing that he asked for? And he got more than what he asked for. Why? Because Jerry Jones didn't recognize the value that Zach brought to the team. But once he went injured and the Cowboy season went downhill, give him what he wants. Just look at it like that.
I think of it like this, plain and simple. Like I said, and like they went back and reworked the deal with Emma Stone. Okay, so Emma Stone is right. They reworked her deal for because they're giving her. They originally gave her, I want to say $10 million for the first Cruella, or $8 million for the first Cruella. They're giving her now,
I think
more. Yeah, like something like double that. Yeah, and then they're also giving what's the quote they called it? Let me find it. The actual
back end points.
Not back end points. It's basically it's the equivalent of a kill fee. Like basically saying, listen, here's some extra money because we know that other thing didn't work out. That's basically what it means. There's a term that they use for it. I'm gonna try to look it up and find out. But so they're actually giving. So she's actually getting money on top of that. All right. So they're going back and doing that. They did the same thing. They're doing the same thing with Jungle Cruise with Emily Blunt. They're working out the next film. Basically like what we've mentioned before too. They're basically making up for money that they, or at least some money that they potentially lose.
Doing the right thing,
because of the pandemic, because of the
it's not
box
doing
office.
The right thing.
It is the right thing. It is the right thing. If it wasn't doing the right thing, they wouldn't do it.
We wouldn't be here. They'd be like, no, "Hey, you didn't do it. You got what you got."
Say, "We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it." They're not. They would just stick to their guns and do that. But they have to. If this can really get worse and blow up in their face. You got to take care of it. Just because you're the biggest giant in the industry doesn't mean you're invulnerable.
And think about it like this. Forget about the
especially
public
in today's culture. Jeez.
But forget about the public image a minute. If this thing really gets dragged out and let's say Disney does go to court, do you not think talents will start thinking twice about working with Disney? Yeah, they would.
Of course.
Because they're like, well, hold, if you did this to Scarlett Johansson, which has pretty much been in the beginning of your universe since it started, she got 2 Oscar nominations, and you did this dirty to her. What makes you not do it to me? I'm coming into the universe, right?
Yeah.
Where?
There's plenty of it. I'm telling you, there's plenty of stuff there. So, like I said, the reworking of the contracts now shows right there that they're doing damage control. They're doing damage control. There's no other explanation for it.
Damage control is not backpedaling. Stop.
Well, they're doing damage control.
It's both, really. It's both, and it's backpedaling. I would not be. Listen, I go to California next week. It would not surprise me if I went to Disney World and there is a Black Widow statue somewhere up there in the park saying we're sorry. It wouldn't surprise me. I would be. It would not surprise me.
I just think that, where they say they're going to, like I said, they said that most importantly, though, the lawsuit is about optics. This lawsuit is about optics on so many levels. Talent is eyeballing the lawsuit and its results to see how much power they wield in the current entertainment environment, and also to see if Disney is the friendly studio which to collaborate with that they appeared to be under Bob Iger. Audiences, meanwhile, are waiting to see what is going to come of the day-to-date model that's being used by both Disney and Warner Brothers. As we know, Jungle Cruise it just recently opened on Disney Plus. They talk about James Gunn's Suicide Squad opening on HBO Max. To avoid similar lawsuits to one filed by Scarlett Johansson, the major studios will have to renegotiate with top talent to figure out their financial compensation should big movies keep going to streaming. But the general consensus of experts watching this situation unfold in the public eye believe that Disney made this move with Black Widow to bolster the profile and stature of Disney Plus streaming service, and if it helped raise the company's stock price, you can bet that they'll do it again. But just iron out the kinks next time. Mm-hmm. So that was the From Cinema Blend article, which basically is kind of highlighting what we've been talking about. The bottom line is it is going to change, just like streaming. We talked about this before this thing even existed. We already, I've said a million times, streaming is here to stay. It's going to change the model. It's going to change the business model. With that, just like we had that conversation about actors being paid, that's going to change as well. Now, as long as theaters are around and they're doing everybody, if theaters can get back going strong, then, who knows what they're going to go to. I don't think everyone's going to always go to day-to-day and stay to it. But the bottom line is all of that stuff, it's a new field in the game. It's got to be addressed. And this is the way it's going to be addressed, because this happening the way it is happening, unfolding the way it's unfolding, is basically going to set up, everyone's watching it, just like what the person said in this article. Everyone is watching this. All eyes on this case. The talent, the actors, the entertainers are watching this case. They're trying to see if Scarlett Johansson gets anything out of this, if she comes victorious. That's going to, like I said, lead to. That's why I think Disney is doing their damage control right now, because why wouldn't they do that? They got to do that to make sure. So as soon as the rumors or whatever was, started swirling of possibilities of Emma Stone and or Emily Blunt kind of joining in on this whole thing, doing their own lawsuit, then immediately you hear the reports of them being taken care of going forward. Damage control, man. That's what you got to do. Because this thing plays out in the public, it's not going to look good for them if it plays out in the public. That's with any big giant. That's with anything. It doesn't matter what company you work for. You can work for any old company. Hell, you know what I'm saying? It could be Target. You can work for Target. But if you have some sort of case where you bring it out to the court of public opinion and Target looks bad, they don't want it playing out in the public. Any big giant won't want that, because we all know that they got secrets too, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
So they don't want that shit out. And who the hell would want their finances out there to really
Trump
deal
did.
with? Really
Trump
deal
did.
with. We all know. Right. We all know that they're a multi-billion-dollar company, but that's just words. Multi-billion dollars. It hits different when you actually see. Oh my God, they're worth whatever. You know what I'm saying?
$90 billion.
Yeah,
And they're really griping about 60 million?
Right, exactly. So that it all hits different when the actual numbers come out. So that's why they're gonna push for, arbitration. It's probably going to go that route. And then once it goes there, it could pretty much stay there.
Yeah.
I think it will end there.
There's going to be some NDA forms involved where they can't discuss this thing.
Like I said, we're gonna be following this until we're not. We're gonna be following this, and then we're just not gonna hear about it anymore.
It's gonna quietly disappear.
And then really all of the outlets can do at this point, if that happens, all the outlets can do is just speculate, because we'll never know what the true outcome is. They could just speculate, well, since we didn't hear about it no more, we're going to guess that Scarlett Johansson settled. They gave her an undisclosed amount, and that's it. Go with God. So, which is what they should have did in the first place.
Yeah.
Which is what, but it is what it is. They didn't do it, so now they have to go this route.
What's the guy that run Disney? What's his name?
Bob
Eisner?
cut the check. No, Bob.
He's not trying to go the same way Michael Eisner went out. He's not trying to do that one. You don't want to do that one. Don't be Mike. And I like Michael Eisner, but at the end, a lot of problems with him and what they do. We don't want him back. This is a problem. Solve it quickly, as quietly as possible. Let's keep the gravy train going.
Yeah, I think that's what, at the end of the day, that is the smart thing to do when you are who you are. That's the smart thing to do. Especially, like I said, especially if now that this new information, it's new to it's been out there for a while, but it's new to me. But now that this new information about, and like I said, none of it's whatever, but you take it however way you take it. But bringing that to light makes me think about that, because when I was buying stock and stuff like that, oh, trust me, I was looking into Disney and all that stuff, all the different ones. Of course, Disney is not cheap, but yeah,
and that's the bad thing. In the
that
early
makes
90s,
more sense to me now. That the fact that it's like, well, I mean, it makes a lot of sense that, well, the Disney Plus streaming service is definitely what they're focusing on as far as driving up their stock value, and that makes sense, because I remember when they first announced doing the Disney streaming, I was thinking then about buying stock, right? When they first announced it. But
in the 90s, you could have got Disney stock. I'm not even kidding, for about $5. You probably could have got it nowadays.
And those people who got it are caking off right now.
But nowadays, no. What is it? I think it's like $145, something like that.
Maybe it may be more than that. I'll take a quick look.
Even Apple used to be $2.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What is it now? It's
Sure.
like 300 and something for one share, right?
Yeah. It's exactly. So Disney,
No, but
now,
you can still go out there and you can still get some Warner Brothers stock if you want
yeah.
to. You want to make a difference, all you DC fans, you could buy some Warner Brothers stock.
The Disney is currently at 177.66 for per share price. That's for Disney, and Apple is currently at 149.71, so
149?
150. Yeah, so $1.50 gets you one
share. One
of
share.
Apple stock.
And you know what? And the sad part, even if you get the one share, like when they had those stockholders meetings, you really don't come. You gotta have like you gotta have I think at least
Yeah,
100
you don't
shares.
get invited. You don't get invited to those.
You get none of the perks. You don't get the perks. No.
And just to let you know how things are going on the movie front, AMC share is back down to $36. It had went up. When I had first bought the AMC shares, it was down to like I don't want to laugh at them, but I mean it was literally down to like $4. It was like $4, bro. When I bought them. I was like,
so go get your AMC and don't sleep on Regal either. If you can get it, get both of them.
Because it's gonna, once again, even with the variant popping up and stuff like that, the new variant, there's gonna be another run. There's gonna be another push with the theaters. So not that I'm giving y'all stock tips because I don't know. I really don't know the stock market like that.
But stock market is simple. You buy low, you sell high.
Well, it's pump and dump. That's all it is. Now they're pumping into it. They're pumping into a lot of, except for the people like Disney and whatever. But a lot of these other stocks, people are pumping into it, especially with crypto. They're pumping into it, and they're selling it. Pump and dump.
Yeah, I don't understand now. Crypto, I don't understand, and these what they call NFTs, I don't understand that neither.
Yeah, it's all crazy. Yeah, it's all crazy.
because you can't actually hold like, and they don't even do it anymore. But when you bought stocks, they used to send you like a stock certificate. It was like a piece of paper. It said, now they don't even do that no more. Disney started doing it a couple years ago, right?
So it is official. The Spiderman No Way Home trailer is out. They did release it. So it's out there. I mean, I guess they just figured, what the hell? Might as well. Yeah, let's just put it out.
Come on, man. Sony, I thought you had some balls. You could have held it till Saturday. Sorry, I'm in a down mood about people turning their backs on industries. I'm just in a bad mood about that. People turning their backs. That's all I'm saying. Have some balls.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. I guess they just figured, what? And judging by the images that I'm seeing of it, it's pretty much the same trailer that leaked. It's just, I guess, better. But at least the beginning part of it.
Better picture quality.
The beginning, right. Better could be the beginning part with when he's talking to Doctor Strange and all of that. That is that's pretty much the same. But yeah, that's cool, man. It is what it is, bro. It's I guess they fell to the pressure. They fell to the pressure, man. Oh well. So yeah. There's some horror films coming out this week, Kev, right? Didn't you say that? Did you? I thought he said that.
I know Candyman is this week. I know
I thought there was some more horror films.
That other one started this week. 2 weeks ago. Don't Talk? Is that what it's called? Don't Talk?
No, Don't Breathe. Don't Breathe, and that was 3 weeks ago. The one that came out last week was the Nightling, the one with the haunted house horror film.
The haunted house.
I do want to see it.
Yeah. Let's see. Being released. So we have. I'm just bringing up all the damn horror films. Upcoming horror movies. We know. I mean, really, to be honest, all I'm actually interested in at this point is Candyman. But that's going to be. That looks really good. That's all I could say about that. Candyman looks really, really good. What else did you say, Kev? You said something else was coming out this week, though. I thought. I always leave that up, the horror stuff, up to you, bro. 'Cause I don't really watch horror films anymore. We know Halloween Kills comes out. Oh, that comes out October 15th. Damn. Day after my birthday. Do I really want to go see Halloween Kills on my birthday? Oh, no. Yeah, I can't. Michael Myers is just something. But and then they have one more, yes? I think they got one more coming, like Halloween Dies or something like that. Is that the next one they got coming up? Halloween Dies, I think it's called. So, The Night House, that came out August 20th. The Night House, that's a horror film. Then there's a film coming out called Demonic. I don't know if that's going to be in the theaters or not. It's just like Candyman on the 27th. Yeah, Halloween Kills on the, all the way up in October 15th. Ain't really nothing else that I see. There's a lot of film, horror film. But there's no. Scream 5. Well, that comes out next year. That comes out January 14th, top of next year. And then, why did I feel like there was already 5? So weird. I thought there was already 5 Screams. I didn't realize that this was the 5th one.
All right, I just looked at this trailer, Spider-Man. Right. Yeah, I see Alfred Molina. I think that is William Dafoe's laugh I'm hearing as the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. We gonna see.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, it definitely looks good. You know what's gonna happen. So, I mean, it's going to be good. That's for sure. First of all, you talking Spider-Man, multiverse, get all of these callbacks, all these. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Either the scene of him walking through he's walking through the hallway of the high school. Everybody's putting their
know who he is.
Everybody know who he is. That's really cool, man. That's real cool. Why the hell is Doctor Strange place look like it does? That's funny.
I know it's all like iced over. Like what the hell? But you never heard of like maid service or something? Like what the hell?
Yeah, it looks crazy. But that was probably the scene where he first came to him and said, basically, I need your help. But it's definitely ice. It's definitely cold in there because he's Dr. Strange sitting there with a straight sweater on.
He's lighting the fire.
He got a hoodie on under the cape. Like, what the hell? So, yeah. So it's hey, let's see how fast this trailer goes to 1 million views
tomorrow morning.
Yeah, maybe tonight.
The one I'm looking at. I know the one I'm looking at. It it's been.
It all depends, but I'm talking about the Marvel one, the one that's probably gonna be the one that has the most views. A lot of times
that's the one I just looked at. All right, it says here it's been online for 31 minutes, and it's already at 54,000 views.
Oh, okay.
In 30 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, man, that's pretty cool. 54,000 in 30 minutes, and you're on Marvel
looking at
Entertainment.
YouTube.
On the
I'm
Marvel
looking at
Entertainment one.
No, I'm looking at this is the one on it's on YouTube, but
Yeah,
it
that's
is
what I
the
mean.
Marvel
But I
one.
mean, it's on Marvel Entertainment's
Yeah.
page. Yeah, it says here. Wait, 54,000. I see way more than that. I'm on the Marvel Entertainment YouTube. It's at
Oh
738,000
no,
views.
I don't.
That's where I'm at. That's 700. So it's gonna make 1 million before the night's over.
Yeah.
It's already at 738,000 views. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, not surprising, but still wild. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Spider-Man No Way Home official trailer. Yeah, that's it. They got it up there. They not playing, man. here's a comment. Someone's like, "Who else just dropped everything they were doing to watch this?"
Everybody.
That's too everybody, pretty much. Too bad we can't, man. I tell you, too bad YouTube is such jerks. We could have did a live reaction to the trailer.
Well, we doing it right now. I mean, I like the trailer. I mean, we can't show the trailer, but we certainly could.
Can't show it,
I
but
liked
yeah.
it. It got me curious. But it for me, it asks the question: what else? What's really in? Who else is showing up in the movie? That's the thing I didn't want to see. If you really gonna have who we think is like, you're really gonna have Tobey Maguire and Garfield and I don't want to see that in the trailer. Say that for when I'm sitting in the
Yeah,
theater.
I don't think we will. I think this is, and I'm not gonna say this is it, but we'll see something else. But I don't think we'll see that. To be honest with you, I think we will see one more trailer.
I hope not. I hope you leave it the way it is, because
But I mean, like I'm talking like a 60-second, just advertisement.
Because not for nothing. When Rogue One got ready to come out, I loved that trailer. But when they did the second one and then they put Darth Vader into it, I was like, oh damn.
Oh, they did put Darth Vader in it.
In the first trailer, Vader is not in the trailer, right? The original one, he's not in it. But the second one comes, it's just a shot of his head, right? And you're like, oh damn. Right, that should have been saved for the theater. Like, oh my God, Darth Vader is in this movie. Because you thinking Rogue One, you knew he might have showed up, but you didn't need to see it. Like, I didn't need to actually see Vader in the trailer. That's what you left. Like you knew Grand Moff Tarkin was in, you knew the Death Star was in it, but did I really need to see Darth Vader himself in it? No. And that it kind of like, damn, man, how would it have been if you go to theater and Vader just comes walking out? Everybody would have lost their mind. Like, oh shit. You need that. You need that old damn. I'm trying to keep it clean for TV. You need that. Sometimes you really need that old damn moment.
Yeah.
Like in not Endgame, Infinity War, where Red Skull shows up, and everybody was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
If that was in the trailer, wouldn't have been like, man. No, save me some surprises. Save me some surprises.
Well, this looks. Okay. So you definitely you're gonna have that was a bomb, one of the pumpkin bombs.
Yeah, but if you when you watch again, hear the voice. That's Defoe's laugh. So
most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So yeah, that's cool. That's a nice teaser to just put his voice. Yeah, laugh. That's pretty. I mean, I think overall they did pretty good with this trailer. It looks it looks amazing. And which is, what do you think? It's Marvel. And Sony, I mean, it's Sony, but it's Marvel. You know what I mean? Marvel made this movie, really. So the fact that I love the Alfred Molina, thing, and he's like, "Hey, Spider-Man." The fact that he would, I hope the way they cut it on the trailer, you can't tell for sure, but I definitely hope it would make sense if he pops up and what's his name?
Tobey Maguire?
Not Toby. No, I'm talking about this one.
Oh.
What's his name? Damn, why am I drawing?
Oh, Tom Holland?
His name? Tom Holland. I want him to show up for Tom Holland's Spider-Man, so he could be like, "Who the hell is this guy?" You know what I'm saying? you want. That's what you want. You want the mix up. You know what I'm saying? Like, show up and they like, oh, like he could be like, "Yo, who are these people? I ain't never fought these people."
Get Maguire Electro. Give him let's see how he deals with it.
Yeah, give Tobey Maguire Electro.
See how he deals with him.
Yeah. That would be great. Like swap. Let's swap enemies. Which I can see them doing something like that. And once the time that they actually come together, they might be like, look, we're gonna have to do it this way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Switch
you
it
take
up.
This guy, let's take that guy, you know. Yeah, I'd like to see that. Let Tobey Maguire get Electro. Let Tom Holland get Doc Ock.
Right.
And let Maguire and let Garfield get Green Goblin.
Yeah. There you go. Now we got a movie.
Because each one of them are facing people that they've never faced before.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's an Osborn in Garfield's world, but he wasn't the Green Goblin in there.
Not to the end. By then, it was like he was like turning into him, but he wasn't really.
Yeah.
He was like punk Green Goblin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just for shits and giggles, right? Would it be kind of cool to see Holland? And do we see an appearance by Venom?
Well, we're not, because the only reason why or it'd be dope to see like maybe after. I know what's his face, Tom Hardy has been really pushing for
hard
he's been pushing hard to
but I mean by that, do we see Venom from the Maguire movie some way come into
I hope
this?
Not. I hope not. I don't think so, because
it looks like because in the trailer it looks like the scene where Holland is running and his suit is black.
It's black. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that too. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But you know what else would be interesting? How about we throw a little monkey wrench, throw a real loop in it? How about we throw a little Mary Jane love triangle in there? Something like that. Meaning, you got Mary Jane.
Bring Christian Dunst into it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Nah, I got something better. Right, since it's Sony
or Gwen
Stacy. Not even no. What if you bring Morales into the movie? You've been talking about what if you bring someone that's playing Morales? Because if you're doing a multiverse, you're gonna have to include him too. What if you actually bring Morales?
That may be a surprise for us. Maybe that's the
That
surprise
would be a monumental surprise. Yeah.
Maybe that'll be the surprise we're all hoping for. The bottom line is, just having this multiverse situation, anything can happen. That's the way. That's the reason why I'm saying there is no. If they doing it the way it seemed to be, unfolding. I'm not gonna say there's no way that they can spoil the movie, but they have much better probability of not spoiling the movie as long as they keep the trailers similar to this. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many characters that can be a surprise because of the multiverse. So, with that being said, because like we just said, if they could pull a Miles Morales surprise and completely fool everybody, or don't say nothing because everybody's so focused on the 3 Spider-Men and all the different villains and blah 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 blah, and be like, oh, yo, Miles Morales, oh my god,
because that's also because there's also
he does exist he exists in the multiverse. Tom Holland's world.
Yeah, and
Yeah, in the multiverse, of course, but he exists in Tom Holland's universe because of Childish Gambino is his uncle.
And not for nothing, there's still that rumor is the guy that played Daredevil in the TV show that he's going to be in this movie as his lawyer. They were kind of you see him in
They already
court.
talked
You
about
don't
that.
see
He was seen.
That's not.
He was seen,
Whoa! Stop! That's not a rumor. He is in the movie.
That's not a rumor. He's in the movie.
He was in the end. He was at the end of the trailer.
I was just
getting ready to
point that out. I was just getting ready to point out the fact that he was even seen on set. You know what I mean? He's definitely in it. Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm saying I was saying a rumor. I didn't realize he was in the trial. I said it's rumor because just because you're on set, that don't necessarily mean that you're in the movie. You could just been doing a set visit and they just took the picture and said, "Ooh," But that's why I kept it as a rumor,
Right.
But hey, I think this thing is loaded to do a bunch of different.
But it definitely wasn't even a rumor because back when they first started talking about it, it was Kevin Feige kind of sort of confirmed it because he said he wanted him. He specifically said he wanted. I keep forgetting the guy's name, but Charlie Cox. That he wanted Charlie Cox to be in the MCU, and he liked what he did with Daredevil. So that was just a point of where he was putting them. Now it wasn't even an if; it was just where and when. And he was definitely showing up in Spider-Man because it wasn't going to be She-Hulk because She-Hulk wasn't going to be because for a little while the speculation was that She-Hulk was going to show up to
be a lawyer,
to be his lawyer, but that quickly got dismissed once. That quickly got dismissed once it was said that Kevin Feige likes Charlie Cox and he's definitely going to be in the MCU. Especially once the rights for the Netflix shows expired, and they were able that 2 year ban of them using the characters in anything after the series was all finished with Netflix. As soon as that was up, they were all over that dude. But they were just keeping it quiet, and Charlie Cox was basically fighting to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's always as what's his name? Tom Hiddleston said that's always the toughest part when it comes to
Because these actors know this stuff. They prepare and they know this stuff years in advance. In most cases,
most cases they do. Like Tom Hiddleston said, of course, he was the only one for a long time that knew that what was going to happen. He didn't know everything that was going to happen in Endgame, but he knew that his character was going to disappear in Endgame. And he knew about, they came to him about the Loki series. So he did know a lot ahead of time. But then he also says, but then there's a lot of things that they don't tell you. They tell you it's all need to know.
Yeah.
They tell you what you need to know. You need to know that you have a series coming because we don't want you to go and book nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you need to know that we're giving you a series. That is definitely need to know. But after that, no.
So see, like now I'm sitting here and I got the trailer on again. I don't see what's his name, Charlie Cox, in it.
He's at the end of the trailer.
I've gone to the end of the trailer.
That's not Charlie Cox.
Yeah, it's not
with
Charlie
the glasses
Cox.
on. With the glasses on, the lawyer.
That's Alfred Molina.
That's Alfred Molina with the glasses on. That's not Charlie Cox.
That's Doc Ock. That's not Charlie Cox. That's Doc Ock.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at I'm going through this thing frame by frame, and here's Peter Parker. Well, Tom Holland with the black Spider-Man.
The only hint that I see is someone having that it's ironic they got devil in disguise. Someone has when he's walking probably into court, someone has up a sign with devil horns of Tom Holland, of Peter, and it says devil in disguise. I think that's a little, that's more of a little,
Yeah, I see. Yeah, devil in disguise.
Yeah. That's more of a little hint.
Yeah.
But at the end, Kev, that's Alfred Molina.
Yeah.
Doc Ock with his shades on.
No, hold on. No, the trailer that I'm looking at right here, the trailer that I'm looking at right now, I'm looking at it right now. It shows Charlie Cox talking. They show the end of the trailer. They show Peter Parker sitting in a jail cell, and Charlie Cox walks in with his red glasses and his cane. I'm looking at it right now.
That's not the trailer, though.
That's not the trailer.
Not the official trailer.
The last shot of the trailer is
this is on Marvel's. This is on Marvel's YouTube, and that's not in the trailer.
That's not it. The actual
you might
last
be looking
trailer
at a
is
fan made trailer.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking. It says Marvel Studios, 3.7 million views. Oh well, I didn't look at that. It said 3 weeks ago. So it says teaser trailer.
So that's a fan made trailer.
That's a fan trailer.
Fan made.
Now you look at one that says like minutes ago.
Yeah, that's a fan made trailer. It hasn't hit 1 million yet, or it may be if I refresh it. But yeah, it's at 1 million already.
Well, it says Spider-Man No Way Home official teaser trailer. Marvel Studios.
Go to Marvel's
3 weeks ago.
No, go to Marvel's YouTube. Go to Marvel Entertainment's YouTube. That's where you.
That's what I'm on. I'm on.
You got to find the one that says it was released like about 45, 50 minutes ago, not 3 weeks ago. The trailer just came out today, so one from 3 weeks ago.
That part I get, but I like I said,
You said 3 weeks ago. I'm on Marvel's YouTube, and I don't see a trailer. They don't have a Spider-Man trailer on there except for this one. As I say, this is Marvel Entertainment's YouTube page, and they don't have a Spider-Man trailer on there. I'm looking at their videos. The Spider-Man trailer is this one. Spider-Man trailer No Way Home. You know, official teaser trailer. That's the title. But you know, Marvel's entertainment thing. So that's definitely because they, that once again, shit, that would be revealing a lot too, right? Even though we know he's in the film, but I thought they might have seen like a shot in court or something with him kind of sitting next to him. But
no, no, it's
not there.
Crawling through the trailer.
No, it's not there. It's definitely not there. The trailer is the same thing that basically leaked. It's the same trailer. And it's got Strange, all those other people in it.
Okay,
blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And there's a scene with him running where his suit is black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Like, do we see Venom, that version of Venom, show up?
No, he goes back to, because I remember there was some plot leak that leaked out of some of the script, and he actually talks to Happy. They kind of talked about that in that plot leak where they were reading from the script, and they were saying he went back. He was talking to. It was after some stuff had happened, and he needed to repair his suit, and
that's probably changed it black so he can still move around at night. Yeah, which is still regardless. It's still a nice call out for the the black suit, because remember he does have a black suit at some point, but I don't think we're gonna see, because right now, because they got that Sony has the other Venom universe going, and they're trying to tie these things together. So I don't think we'll see. I certainly hope not. I don't think we'll see the other Venom. But it's nice to put the black suit in there. It'd have been great to have Tom Hardy. I hope they do work that out and pull it together, because I've always said, and I will continue to say, I mean, you cannot have a Venom movie, not the first movie. They already did it, but I'm just saying the fact that you have a Venom movie without Spider-Man, to me, just doesn't make sense. But they did it
again. Avia Rod again wanting his way. Fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Just totally screwed up the whole thing, because they like I said, if Marvel ends up doing Secret Wars, I'm really gonna be pissed, because because then his costume should have been revealed. That black costume should have been revealed in Secret Wars towards the end in that in that particular in the battle that happened.
Yeah. Well, Marvel is, they're gearing up to possibly do Secret Wars. So
yeah, that could be the next Avengers thing.
That could be the next.
No, it's not going to be the Avengers thing.
Big
It's going to be the big. It's going to be the big thing, but it's not going to be just an Avengers
just
thing.
Just like Infinity War. It'll be the next big war, next big thing that they go through. Whether it's Secret War, Secret Invasion. Here's some more news, just regular news. I was looking for that word. Where does it say here? So Misha Green, as we know, is the creator and stuff of Lovecraft Country. She's writing a Black Canary movie for Journey Smollett. Shoot, obviously she's favors Journey. Journey's already appeared as Black Canary in the Birds of Prey, so she's writing a film for her to star her.
Yay!
Cool
No Scarlett
beans.
Johansson. Yay!
Cool beans. I mean, that was just like I said. That was just my, if she even comes to DC, you know what I mean. So
one less role for her to get. Yay!
One less role for her to get. But I mean, if she
let's
comes to DC, she'll have the pick. She'll have the pick of the litter.
ScarJo.
She'll have the pick of the litter regardless if she comes to DC, because
I'm telling you, Poison Ivy. Yo, ScarJo.
That would be dope too. That'd be
Poison Ivy and Margot Robbie doing the Gina a Thelma and Louise type movie. I'm down.
Yeah,
for
that'd
it.
be dope.
I'm down for that.
I'm there for that.
They're turning tables on Batman. They kidnapped Batman.
I'm definitely there for that. To see something like that. So Journey is gonna get her little. Well, at least Misha's writing it. Doesn't mean Warner Brothers is gonna do it, but we'll see. Or if it's gonna get done, I should say. It's obviously she's been commissioned to do it. Which is pretty cool. That's a good thing for her. And who else did I see here? So went over that.
That was on yesterday too. When I was leaving to go work, Lovecraft County was on. They were doing a marathon of it. I was like, oh man, I gotta go to work.
Okay. A marathon of it. Oh wow.
Yeah, they were having a marathon of Lovecraft County. I was like, oh man, I want to sit back because I only watched it. I mean, I watched it like twice, each of them twice when it came on. But I would like to sit back and really look at it. Hey, HBO, not for nothing. Since you want to do nostalgia, could you put True Blood back on one more time? I wouldn't mind True Blood back on. Could we get a True Blood marathon maybe for Halloween? Could we get
Wasn't True Blood on Netflix too?
I think it is on Netflix now.
I'm gonna have to look, man.
There you go. And you go ahead and go binge it on Netflix. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while too. That was a good show.
I'm kind of surprised that I think if I'm saying it is on HBO Max, but I'm kind of surprised HBO you got that Sopranos movie coming out soon that you haven't started rerunning the Sopranos.
Oh, you mean
I'm very surprised about that.
HBO channel.
They don't have to rerun. Why would they have to rerun? They're not going to rerun something that's already on there to be run.
Why not?
It's on HBO Max.
I'm saying I get that
they're going to drive people. They will probably drive people to the streaming.
But it does surprise me that they're not putting that back onto the actual HBO that they haven't done. I mean, when they did Sex and the City, they put Sex and the City back on. Not the entire run, but at least some episodes you put back onto your main program. It's surprising that right now they haven't done that with The Sopranos, but maybe that's coming down the line as that movie gets closer to. I think the movie comes out in October, so maybe they are going to do that.
They might. Like I said at the top of the show, once again, Sonny Chiba, has passed away. Rest in peace, Sonny Chiba. He passed away. They said complications of COVID.
82.
Age 82. So, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, man. So,
Yep, but COVID don't exist.
the legend himself, one of the legends, I should say, one of the martial arts legends himself.
Vaccines aren't real. They're just trying to kill us.
Yeah, exactly. So,
has anybody seen this thing on HBO? It's by Spike Lee. It's called, it's some sort of thing. It's like tying the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Oh, New York City epicenters, right? And they had the clip of everybody. He's talking to all these different people about the COVID, and how the one guy said where originally everybody thought that black people was immune to it because it was said on the radio. I think it was Waka Flocka or somebody said black people was immune to it.
yeah, you're gonna listen to Waka Flocka.
I think that's who the guy is, Waka Flocka.
I'm just saying, yeah, it might have been him, but people was that dumb. I know somebody else has said that too. Somebody actually repeated that nonsense. Black people can't get it. What?
And cue in a bunch of black folks dying, including my cousin, in April 3rd.
I'm like,
not even 2 months into the pandemic. April 3rd, my cousin got COVID.
Because
3 days later, excuse me, April 23rd, and 3 days later, my cousin died of respiratory failure. But COVID isn't real.
Right. So, I mean, Waka Flocka, he's an idiot. I mean, anybody just come out of nowhere and say, anybody made any comments early, no one knew nothing about nothing that early.
No.
One thing, no one knew anything about anything. So if people was, this, that's just like any other thing. It's just like saying, this helps cure it. Go out in the sun.
Drink some bleach and cut yourself open and get in let the sun shine in.
Yeah, let the sun shine in.
And like I said, I thought coronavirus was a bad batch of beer. I'm not even gonna lie. That's what I really thought it was. Bad batch of beer.
That's why my account was suspended for. They put me in Facebook, not jail. They put me in Facebook timeout. I couldn't do any live streams for 30 days because they because when the nonsense was talking about with the bleach and all that stuff, I posted something back in 2020 as a joke, a meme, talking about Clorox pills. Because it was retarded that people were, it was just ridiculous that people were actually thinking, here's some Clorox pills. You know what I mean? So apparently that doesn't go with their community guidelines. So they benched me for 30 days.
You out there trying to do like those idiots that's doing that milk crate challenge.
Oh, the milk crate. Oh my God. That is just, oh my goodness. I'm like, and the funny thing is, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. The white folks is playing right into it. Yeah. They're like, milk crates on sale, 99 cents.
99 cents.
I saw a picture of someplace, milk crates on sale for 99 cents a crate. I was like, I said, they like, look, these ignoramus. What a maroon, as Bug Funny would say. These maroons are out there going, doing this. Let's make some money off of it. 99 cents for all the milk crates you can get.
Where's Karen at? Where's Karen at? Let me get her to get the crates. Get the crates.
That's gonna be next. And just what I predicted this, I think I was talking to Kev offline. I predicted this, and it's already happened. I said next we're gonna see somebody kicking it from under people. It's already happened. Someone was telling me about it. They didn't send it to me yet, but they was like, "No, that's already happened." It was like, I don't know if it was a kid or whatever. When the dude got near to the top of the crates and somebody kicked it from under.
So, was I right that this whole thing is based on some guy going up these milk crates, rolling a blunt, or?
It's not based on that, but that's just what happened. He just did it. He wasn't the first to. I don't know what it's based on, to be honest with you. I have no idea what it.
It's a challenge. It's not based on nothing.
It's just a challenge, but I don't know what started it. What he means is who started it. Everyone, a challenge got to get started by somebody.
I'll tell you how it got started. Somebody was outside, was like, "Yo, I don't think you can balance on a milk crate." Motherfucker, I can balance on a milk crate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go get some milk crates and see if you can balance on a milk crate. Nigga, I don't think you do. I bet you $20.
Like, okay,
you can't balance on the milk crate.
Okay, that's 2 milk crates. Let's try 3 milk crates. Nah, okay, you got 3. Let's try 4.
And the reason why I can say with all confidence that this started exactly the way we're saying it, because you ain't seen not one white TikTok, not one white YouTube video. No, we saw some white people, 1 or 2 we saw in those videos, but they were in the videos with the black people. They weren't on their own, because see, they're not creative enough to think up some shit like this. They don't listen.
But is this really creative? This is retarded, bro.
They're buying. I'm being the level of sarcasm there.
I wouldn't go as far to say that this is creative.
I didn't think the level of sarcasm needed to be explained. They're too busy trying to copy dances that they can barely do.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't got time to sit down and really brainstorm to come up with let's see if we can balance ourselves on some milk crates and possibly break ribs, injure our backs, and smack face down in rocks and dirt.
This is just not their type of foolishness on the internet. They'd rather do stuff like.
But you see, they ain't even. But check it out though. You see, they not even being quick to copy it to even try to still, because they ain't dumb. They're like, you know what? Hello. Yeah, we bruise easily. No. The bruises can be seen. It's summertime. We're just gonna skip this one. Let the black people have this one.
I mean, yeah, this is just
dumb.
This is definitely gonna be one they're gonna let the black people have, because this is ridiculous.
It don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense. But I'll tell you this much: some people caked off on this. The people that did do it and succeeded caked off.
Some of them.
But how hard is it to balance yourself on a milk crate? I mean, we've been doing
it's harder than you think.
It's harder than you think, brother.
you up. Remember, it's not just on a milk crate. You're up, 5 feet in the air on a milk crate.
Not only 5 feet in the air on a milk crate. You're 5 feet in the air on a milk crate on uneven ground. It's not like they leveled the ground off, or like they did it in sand, where the crates can sink easily and settle into the sand as you're walking up them to help keep it balanced. No, you're on grass,
concrete.
Or concrete. And one video, they was in like basically an abandoned lot with rocks and shit sticking up out of the dirt.
I can't go sign that stuff. That's just
it ain't crazy.
Look, the only challenge that I ever did because I got dared to do it was the ice bucket challenge. At least there was some reason behind it. But
well, no, there is a reason behind this one. Money.
Not everybody's getting money from it.
It's ain't about money.
Some of them, for the most part, the ones that I watched last night, the lowest one was $50.
I've seen. I mean, there's so many trending on Instagram and stuff. There's some people that's just doing it. They're just doing it. Like most challenges, not this one. The reason why I think this one is catching on, and a lot of people are doing this because they are putting money up. But at the end of the day,
and the pot grows, doing it. And that's see, if you go in the right hood, the pot grows. that one chick caked out, boy. The money could barely fit in her hand.
She had a lot of money. She got through it because I guess every time someone fails, maybe they put more money in.
Yeah. The pot was building up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's overall, it's completely
stupid.
Ridiculous.
You could say it's stupid.
I mean, just like any other challenge. I mean, all of these damn challenges are stupid. The freaking
The mannequin challenge wasn't stupid. That was actually
that was good. That was creative. Now that was creative. That was creative. The mannequin challenge was creative because people got creative with it. It was actually a challenge that creative minds could do and have, and make it interesting. But I mean, like, I'm talking about the stupid things like the cinnamon challenge and all that other all the way back then. We were trying to eat the cinnamon and choking half to death trying to eat the cinnamon and stuff like that. Those crazy and then the thing with Drake that got out of hand. People jumping out of the cars while it's moving, busting their ass.
That's the one that I wrote. That's the one that I really, really, really did not understand. You have your personal vehicle that you need to get around in. You ain't got money, so all you got is your insurance and barely got liability with some of these cars.
That insurance for remember, I'm married to insurance broker, not broker, but insurance claims adjuster, and that shit wouldn't have worked because they're on tape doing that. That
You're
shit
getting out the car. Getting out the car while it's moving. Like, what's
that's
wrong with you?
That's like when you get hurt at work and you're joking around. It's called horseplay. There is no workers' compensation claim for horseplay. That's why they call it horseplay. So guess what? Your injury is on you, jackass.
You're on you, and you done taped yourself, so you can't even lie. You can't.
Outside the car, skipping and tripping, and then you scraping your knees up trying to get back in the car to stop it. You dumb motherfucker.
That's people was there were some people messing themselves up.
It's stuff like this that makes me glad that I'm fucking dying because I'm just how stupid can you be? I just don't get it.
It gets stupid. It gets stupid. It gets stupider. They just keep going. Like I said, the only challenges to date that I think was even worth looking at and definitely worth trying or doing is the mannequin challenge because it's very creative, and the ice bucket challenge because it was behind ALS and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So those were the only ones. My brother did it, the ice bucket challenge. I filmed it. My son poured it on him. He was happy to do that.
Man, I had it done because China had went and she challenged me on hers. I was like, okay. So I went to my friend Scotty's house. My friend Scotty got a pool, so I had her dad put on this. He put on like a muscle T-shirt and put a bandana around his face. Looked like he was some sort of like gorilla out there about to kill me or something. That came up behind me and dumped me with the water.
Oh my goodness!
But I had to make hell. You know who I got to do the ice bucket challenge? I actually got Janet Jackme to do that. She did it.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah, because I was dealing with this girl, right? Who people were saying she could be the next Janet Jackme. So I was talking one day and I called Janet Jackme and said, "Listen, I'm coming in your area. We going to meet?" And I said, "We're going to do the ice bucket challenge." So we went out to somewhere in Brooklyn, to some beach in Brooklyn, right? Where I got a $50 ticket for being out the car for 2 minutes, bitches. And we did the ice bucket challenge. So Taylor wound up dumping the bucket on her, on Janet. I put it up on YouTube. People was like, "Oh shit, that's Janet Jackme." Yeah, yeah, it's still up there. It's still up there. If you go looking for it, you'll find it.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, man. But this is just more foolishness. The ones that do. I mean, hey. Good for them. The ones that actually get a chance to do it and they make
and note the only people that are making it through are the extremely anorexic because their weight is distributed properly and they're not swaying in the wind.
No, but there was that girl that did. She wasn't anorexic by no means.
I forgot about her.
Girl who got all that money. She was
kind of thick. Yeah, she was kind of thick. That's because she was proportionally balanced. So I'll give her that one. But everyone else that I saw, like the guys and girls that I saw, was particularly the one girl. That girl was like like railroad track then, but she had her arms out and was using her arms for balance. And the higher she went, you could tell she had to be some kind of ballerina or dancer, because the higher she went, she kept raising her arms up to change her center of gravity. And as she walked down, she dropped her arms down to match it.
Dude who did it with the blunt, he did it so smooth.
So
he was rolling the blunt on his way up. He licked it and sealed it at the top. And on his way down, he started, that's when he started sealing it. He opened it up and started putting it in the blunt on his way up. He rolled it when he got to the top, and then on his way down, he was licking it and sealing it. And then
when he got to the bottom, they gave him a light.
The bottom, they gave him a light.
But there was one dude who walked up with the blunt in his mouth, and he was smoking as he was going up. And man, he got to the other side, and those things shifted from under him. And he fell, rolled, and tucked, and got up. Blunt still in his mouth, lit.
Wow,
and that is the funny. He's still, I mean, like I said, it's funny to watch these dummies fall and bust their ass. That part is funny to me. But the fact that we are living on this, I don't know how long this is. It's gonna. I mean, I people like Lil Boozy. He's taking advantage of it, which is smart. He's setting them up in his yard, and he's offering people. He's the one that's offered people $1,000 to do it. Yeah, because he knows the probability of of more people falling is higher than him having to pay a bunch of people $1,000. So that's why he's doing it. And he's like, "Yo, I give you $1,000 if you do it." People, they start doing it. And then boom, people keep falling. He knows the probability of someone falling on their ass and making a funny video is way higher than him having to actually pay them $1,000. So it makes sense. Law of averages. So that's what it is. Janet jacked me. And just
you found it?
Thing.
Yeah, I found it.
Kev found it. Yeah. Janet Jack me did a thing. That's what's up. So anyway, so next week is Labor Day, so we'll probably be off. You in Cali, right, Ralph?
Yeah. I mean, no, not next. The next week isn't Labor, isn't it?
Well, not the weekend coming up, but the weekend after that.
Weekend after, I'll be in Cali.
Yeah.
Watching Sang Si at the El Capitan. 7 o'clock.
Cool. El Capitan. Right, so next week we do have a show because that's gonna.
Damn, she ain't give her no. She ain't even give her 5 seconds. She's like, "Nope, I'm good to you."
Boosh.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. She's like, "Holy shit, this shit is cold."
Not on Biggie. Yeah. Not on Biggie.
Yeah.
And it was a hot day. It was a really hot day. I don't know what beach that is that we're at, but literally, I got out the car and was seeing. We all walked up there just to see if it was someplace we could do it. Turned around, out of nowhere, these 2 cops came and gave me a ticket for parking on the street. I was like, "What? This is all." They said it's all private property. It's like how can a public street be private property? But everybody over here has to have a permit. It's like I just need 5 minutes. There's no. It was like 2 something in the afternoon. Nobody was even on. Everybody was at work, and you couldn't have gave me 5 minutes. Really? I really I was like, really? 5 minutes?
Oh man. So that's crazy. So yeah, next week we'll be back next week and talk about stuff. So I guess next week we'll officially do our Roadhouse review.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
I almost did that to somebody the other day. I was about to kick him. I was like, no.
Roadhouse, yeah.
If I say Roadhouse,
we'll do that. We'll do that review, and then we'll be off on Labor Day. And I'm looking to push the Diane Franklin show with Lawrence Monson. Maybe the weekend after, the week after that. Hopefully, when we come back, that'll be that. So it still gives us time to watch The Last American Virgin. And so next week we will do our rewind of the month, rewind review, and that will be Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
I wish I had somebody at Roundhouse. So anyway, that's it, man. You know, that's all I got for now. We'll reconvene next week, and then everybody, shout out Joseph, everybody who came through in the chat room. Shout out to the people that sent in some super chats. Appreciate you. Shout out to everybody, man, that might be watching this after the fact. All of our Facebook people are back. I see some of them popped up on the screen here. I'm like, okay, we're back with Facebook. Sorry. I was still putting the links in Facebook, but it just wasn't, now it goes automatically to Facebook. So thank you guys for joining us, and we will check y'all next week and see what's what. Till then, peace.
Deuces.
Yeah. Don't be that guy. Wear your mask. Even if you're vaccinated, wear your mask.
Yeah.